Hello. On behalf of the British Columbia Fisher Habitat Working Group, I'd like to thank you for taking a few moments of your time to watch our short presentation that we hope will make you aware of some tools and services that are available to assist you and others in the forest industry in making informed management decisions when operating or reviewing forest management proposals within fisher habitats of British Columbia. Because you make or review decisions that affect the supply of fisher habitat, we would like you to be aware of information available to assist with your decisions. This presentation provides a brief description of some of this information. Fishers are an identified wildlife management species, and their populations are declining across the province. In part, these declines are due to habitat loss resulting from decades of timber harvest that has outpaced the forest's ability to regrow the complex structures that fishers need. As an example, fisher den trees, like the one in this photo, are becoming increasingly rare because of the long time needed for the ecological processes to form a cavity sufficiently large to house a female fisher and her kids. Because fishers are forest obligates and all of their habitat is contained within their timber harvesting land base, almost all forest management decisions have the ability to positively or negatively affect the supply of their habitat. Following, we provide very short descriptions of the tools and services that are available to help forest professionals incorporate fisher habitat needs into their cut block planning development, block layout, and for operations personnel during harvest. Our general approach is to provide information to help users identify fisher habitat within the appropriate scale for their specific work. We've been working closely with forestry professionals for a number of years to develop tools that are relevant to them and easy to use. As example, we have developed spatial data based on VRI and fisher habitat research that easily allows planners to identify how much fisher habitat is currently available within their area of interest and how much fishers need to maintain their home ranges. To show this graphically, consider a 385 hectare proposed cut block. A planner can overlay their proposed cut block with the GIS spatial data we provide to gain a better understanding of current fisher habitat conditions in the area and how the proposed cut block might affect the supply of habitat. More specifically, the spatial data clearly identifies the habitat conditions that fishers need for denning and resting and provides targets for retention of habitats within cut blocks and adjust these recommendations if the habitat supply is low in the surrounding landscape. This information can be considered for integration into site plans. In this example, 18.8 hectares of the proposed block, the pink polygons, have a higher retention target because this type of habitat is used frequently by fishers for denning and is relatively rare in the larger landscape, as can be seen by these two portions of the data. If practicable, we would recommend avoiding a harvest of this area, but we do offer retention targets if harvest is to proceed. Most of the proposed block, the green polygon, has a lower retention recommendation because fishers do not use this habitat as frequently. By the way, if you are wondering where these numbers come from, all were derived from the analyses of 25 years of radio-collared fisher research within the province. Just so you know, this spatial data is available for the entire range of fishers in British Columbia where VRI data is available and can be downloaded from our website at www.bcfisherhabitat.ca. We also provide training and tools for on-the-ground identification of fisher habitats, such as layout or recce crews might encounter when doing their work. They can take these glove box tools with them into the field to help identify smaller patches of important habitats that may inform decisions on block boundaries or perhaps to identify wildlife tree retention areas. In addition, we have developed pictorial guides to help identify individual trees that might be worthwhile to flag for retention during harvest. For those involved in harvest operations, feller bunchers, skidders, forwarders, and the like, we have more targeted information to help them identify individual trees that are important for retention and easy guidance on creating habitat by building piles of coarse woody debris. All of this information and resources are available at the easy-to-remember website www.bcfisherhabitat.ca. Most importantly, please know that we are here to help. We've been developing and delivering tools to the forest industry to help them incorporate fisher habitat needs into their operations since 2009, and we are always willing to lend a hand or develop something new that could help. We continue to improve our approaches and modify our tools as needed to make them easier to use. As example, we are currently involved in field trials to see how our guidance is working and to determine if our recommendations create any additional cost to licensees. We also are working currently to develop landscape-level assessment tools that can support larger-scale decision efforts. We thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. We'd like to end by saying that we truly believe that fishers and forestry can coexist. We are hopeful that you will begin to more frequently see the use of our guidance tools within planning documentation. If not, we'd appreciate if you could inform others of our website and the tools available there. By all working together, we can keep fishers in functioning forest ecosystems across BC. The Habitat Working Group gratefully acknowledges the financial support of the Habitat Conservation Trust Foundation, the Forest Enhancement Society of British Columbia, the Fish and Wildlife Compensation Program, and the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change Strategy for making significant contributions to support our extension program. Without such support, this program would not have been possible. Thank you again for your time.